Welcome to WRTR Real Talk Radio. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests.
And do not necessarily reflect the views of any affiliated organizations or institutions. This podcast is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered legal, financial, or professional advice.
While we strive to provide accurate and up-to-date information, we make no representations or warranties of any kind, express or implied, about the completeness, accuracy, reliability, or availability with respect to the podcast or the information, products, services, or related graphics contained in the podcast.
Any reliance you place on such information is strictly at your own risk. In no event will we be liable for any loss or damage, including, without limitation, indirect or consequential loss or damage, or any loss or damage whatsoever arising from loss of data or profits arising out of or in connection with the use of this podcast.
By listening to WRTR Real Talk Radio, you acknowledge that you understand this disclaimer and agree to its terms. Enjoy the show.
WRTR Real Talk Radio. Featured guest DJs, original shows, music news, the hottest DJs from around the world.
Do what it do.
Yeah, that's my Baltimore accent speaking. I make you. So for those of y'all that don't know, we do a countdown. We go like 3, 2, and then I just noticed I say to you like I'm from Baltimore. I've been up here a little too long. A little rough. Tell me something good.
Tell you something good. I got a show tonight. I did my hair. It looks cute.
It does.
Thank you. I'm still holding on to my
I'm waiting to see.
4.0. That project that I told y'all about last week. Even with the group thing. Yeah.
Did they do their part?
Happy about that. Yes. Last minute, the same day it was due, but it got done.
Work.
So.
All right. Well, welcome y'all to a new week here at WRTR Real Talk Radio. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, thank you. My name is Marcus Smoot.
And my name is Miss Lyric Bravado. Hey, y'all.
Hey. So, let's get into this week. Start off with the mood for the week. How are you?
Shitty, bang, bang. It's been a rough week.
Anything that you could have done differently that you wish you should have?
No.
Okay.
Because if I did what I wanted to do, I'd probably be in jail. So
that's fair. That's fair. I love that for you.
But taking it one day at a time. That's the best thing I can do at this point, because child, people been trying me all week, from the drivers to the people day to day. It's just been way too damn much. But I'm still yet holding on.
I definitely feel you on that. I've seen a lot of ratchet shit this week. I don't know if the ratchet meter is up, or if I'm just paying more attention now to stuff. I was at 7-Eleven and this lady I was behind, 7-Eleven be selling them chicken wings at lunch now. Have you seen them? Yeah, I wouldn't recommend. Have you had them?
Nope.
Okay, neither have I, because eat those and be in the bathroom a while. But this lady that was in front of me, she was sitting there checking out, getting her chicken wings or whatever, and while her eyelash fell off in the chicken wings, and I was just like, oh, so that was ratchet. Walked in on my coworkers. It was a Spanish-speaking guy. It was a white guy, a black guy. It was it was at least 5 people having a conversation about this government. And I looked at that shit, and then they looked my way for me to chime in, and I walked right out of there. And it took me it took everything in me not to say something, but not at work, not doing that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Seen a lot of
that means she didn't have them eyelashes on for 40 days and 40 nights. Because why is your eyelash just that loose?
Well, I don't know. I don't know where she was coming from, but she, she looked like she was in a rush. I'm gonna be nice with that because, I saw she was a little ashy. It looked like she was taking her hair out, and or maybe she was putting her hair in. I don't know. It didn't look like a finished project.
Oh no.
Yeah. Anyways, moving right along. When you grow up, Miss Lyric, who you want to be like this week? Who'd you read about? Who'd you learn about?
Mine's so random.
Okay.
It is. Let me pull her up. It's a high school student.
Oh, work.
Her name is Heather Johnson. And it's not because she did anything over the top.
Okay.
But you know how in yearbooks you're allowed to put some stuff underneath your senior picture?
Yeah, your little senior quote. Yeah.
Heather Johnson wrote, "Black women will always be too loud for a world that never intended on listening to them."
Work, young Heath. Work.
Miss Heather Johnson. To know that at a young age, high school graduate, girl, I'm so proud. I'm proud because these little young ladies coming up ain't taking shit off of none of y'all.
But you know what? They're seeing things for what they are. So these kids are outstanding. Like the history that we're building in this movement is just awe-inspiring. My God. It is. It's exciting to watch. It's terrifying. Oh, make no mistakes. It is a shit show. But the stories that are coming out of this, real life heroes that we're seeing form every single day, man. Speaking of which, when I grow up, I want to be more like Pharrell Williams. And I never thought I'd say that, other than the fact that he is a vampire. This guy is also a music icon. But he's also a beacon of hope for aspiring Black entrepreneurs. In a recent announcement and article that I read, Pharrell revealed the 5th annual Black Ambition Prize Competition, which is all about funding and supporting Black-led startups and entrepreneurs. So imagine this. It's a competition that offers a $1 million total prizes to help innovative ideas to take flight. So he's on a mission to empower the next generation of business leaders and change makers. And the competition isn't just about money. It's also a platform for networking, mentorship, and showcasing incredible talent. The article reads that his initiative aims to uplift Black entrepreneurs by providing them with the resources they need to succeed. He recognizes the unique challenges they face in the business world, and he's stepping up to make a difference. So basically, he's like, I see you, I believe in you, and I want to help you thrive. So Black Shark Tank, work.
Okay, Pharrell.
I see you.
Hey, Big Cat. I be calling him Big Hat because that's all he be wearing.
I wonder if he's still wearing those commercially. I haven't seen any recent pictures. Oh, you know what?
He still be wearing them when he be going to the little award shows and stuff like that. Okay.
I mean, he has a distinct face, but without that hat, you're gonna go, is that Pharrell?
Yeah. You just know that's him. That's him over there. Oh, I forgot my other good thing.
What?
Y'all gonna think that's stupid.
No, I'm not.
But yes, you are. I have recently become obsessed with all things TikTok. My daughter got me ordering random shit off of TikTok from these little Asian companies and stuff. And they sell the cutest little Hello Kitty and all the other little character trinkets and capybara things. And that's one of my favorite animals. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Wait, why is its face like that?
Can you see it?
I can.
So cute. He's got a little turtle backpack and I can have him on my arm. and it brings me joy.
You know what? I'm not mad at that. I'm not. Whatever brings.
And then
Oh
I got
my
a little
God.
towel. I'm not gonna use it because he's too cute to like use and mess up. I just think it's so cute. But yeah, I'm obsessed with this. I can wear him on my arm and just because I don't want no real pet. I don't got time to be cleaning up after no shit and stuff.
What about those little teacup dogs? What about those little teacup dogs?
No, I don't want no ankle biters. I used to.
I feel like I'll lose it in the couch cushion or my ass being rolled over and killed it.
And my stress reliever toy.
Ooh, now that looks fun. I need one of those. What is that?
It's a capybara on wheels.
Oh.
And you can stretch them out and throw them.
Yeah, you've been stretching that thing all the way out. They look like a little pig.
Nope, it's a little capybara.
I like it.
So, one good thing, and that junk just came in today, so I was like, right on time.
I'm not mad at it. All right, you ready to get into some letters?
Sure, let's get into some drama because I got some.
I got something spicy. Yeah. All right. If it were lyric, we'll be right back.
America tried to silence her, but she made the whole world listen. This woman wasn't just an abolitionist. She was a force. Meet Sarah Parker Remond. She sued for her rights, took down slavery on the global stage, and then became a doctor just to prove she could. Why is her name not in every history book? Born free in 1826, Sarah knew from an early age that being free didn't mean being equal. She grew up facing racism at every turn, but instead of shrinking, she fought. At just 16, she became a public speaker. She used her voice to tear down slavery and expose America's hypocrisy. By her 30s, she was traveling all across the country. She gave speeches so powerful that people had no choice but to listen. But America, it wasn't ready for her. In 1853, she tried to attend a whites-only opera house in Boston. They refused. So she sued them. And she won. And then in 1858, she left the U.S. and she took her fight to Britain. She shattered the idea that slavery was just an American problem. She gave speeches across England, Ireland, and Scotland, exposing the brutal realities of slavery and calling out Britain's own role in the slave trade. And when slavery finally fell, she wasn't done yet. Instead of returning to America, she moved to Italy, studied medicine, and became one of the first Black female physicians in Europe. While America still debated Black rights, she was out there saving lives. She wasn't just an activist. She was a revolution. She didn't wait for permission. She didn't accept limits. And she made history on her own terms. Say her name, Sarah Parker Remond.
Maybe not what you should do, but definitely she would if it were lyric.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your girl, Miss Lyric, and I'm back with my segment, If It Were Lyric, where I discuss your relationships, situationships, friendships, and everything in between, and I give my 2 cents about it. Now, if you want to continue sending me your advice questions, please send them to my email at lyricbravado@gmail.com. No longer taking DMs on my social media platforms. Some of y'all don't listen, so I'm going to repeat myself. Send them to my Gmail. That's it. That's all. Thank you, management. Now, let's get into it. You got something for me?
I do.
Right.
I think our internet spies got my connection fucked up. Can you hear me?
I can.
All right, so here we go. It says, Dear Lyric, I'm reaching out because I could really use your advice on a situation that's been weighing on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in a relationship with my boyfriend for about 5 years, and we've always enjoyed a freaky dynamic, participating in couples play and partner swapping with a regular group of friends. However, we recently moved to New Jersey, and the groups we've connected with can tend to be a lot wilder than what I'm accustomed to. While I'm open to exploring new experiences, I'm finding it challenging to get through the expectations of this new group. They engage in activities that include same-sex intercourse and anal sex. I'm sorry, same-sex intercourse and anal sex, which I tried before, but I'm only in more intimate settings. The idea of participating in anal sex in a room full of strangers makes me anxious. I worry about accidents happening, and honestly, I don't feel comfortable with everyone having that level of access to my body. Fair. Recently, my boyfriend expressed frustration with me because he feels that I come to these gatherings with a list of rules that limit our fun. He's questioned why I even want to participate if I have so many reservations. I want to be open and try our experiences together, but I also want to maintain my boundaries and set comfort levels. How can I communicate my feelings and concerns to my boyfriend without making him feel like I'm being overly restrictive? How can I set boundaries in a way that allow us to be fun and explore without feeling pressured? I appreciate any advice you can offer. Thank you for taking the time to read my letter. I look forward to hearing your thoughts. Help me laugh through this shit. Please pick this letter, Kim.
Okay, Kim, let me just say, your body, your business, your body, your choice. You get to decide what you're comfortable with. Nobody else can decide that for you. If they decide that for you, there's a term for that.
My butt.
Okay? There's a term for that. So no. Most of the time at these type of like parties, so I've heard, because don't get no rumor started. I ain't never been to one. Okay, I ain't never. I left the party early. I left the Diddy party early before the activities got started. Okay,
but getting to that too.
Yeah, story time. How I caught my baby daddy at a party. We'll talk.
Oh no, I won't even talk about that. But I forgot about that.
Okay, no, but more serious. There's usually are like rules and stuff at these type of gatherings, and the number one rule is do what you're comfortable with. So for him to try to put that on you and force you and make you feel bad about a decision and having reservations, no, that is not okay, and he needs to chill. If he wants to spread his ass wide to the farthest regions of the world and do that, that's his business, but he has no right to put that on you. Do what you're comfortable with and just let him know this is what it is, this is how I feel about it. Oh well, if you don't like it, kiss my ass, literally, if you want.
Well, I mean, she kind of wants him to stay away from it, so you know what, that is a choice. I mean, and it's a valid choice, and you make a great point. That is your choice, your body, your choice, and it's like you said, great advice. I like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. People are crazy. They just always want to put their expectations on other people. Like, no.
Yeah, but I also get her pressure though, because in that setting, you got all these eyes on you. You're supposed to be intimate. Like, it's already probably like she said they just moved, so I'd imagine it's a new group. You're trying to warm up to people, and God only knows what it takes to even be that level of intimate with multiple people at the same time. So
I can't relate, so I can't speak on that.
I do
a little different about stuff like that. I'm not judging. Hey, if that's your tea, go ahead and sip it. Hey, I can't say anything about it. What I can speak on is, regardless if you know them or if you just met them, if you're not comfortable, it is what it is. Period.
You should never do anything that you're not comfortable with, and that's across the board, one on one, or how y'all like to have it. Lots of work.
All right, so let's see. This one is from Leanna. Oh, that's cute. Hey, Leanna girl. Okay, so she says, "Dear Lyric, I think my husband is suddenly wanting too much sex, and I'm reading too much into it. I don't want to say he's cheating because we have a great relationship, but why is he wanting to have sex with me all the time, all of a sudden? For the past 2 weeks, he suddenly wants it all the time, like 3 times a day. And don't get me wrong, I love having sex with him, and I have a good sex drive too. But I don't have that type of stamina or time. Last night, he got upset when I said I wanted to sleep. Mind you, guys, we had already had sex 2 times earlier. When I jokingly asked, what's with the libido increase, he just made some joke back and said it's the usual. This is really out of character for him. That's why I'm surprised. He has never been an extremely sexual person like most men I know. Okay, and then she has a little part 2.
Where they at? 'Cause
right. Let's see. So recently I went through his phone. I know it wasn't nice of me, but I was curious, and he doesn't have a password. So I wasn't expecting anything crazy, just a ton of porn or something, but I found absolutely nothing. And I did a deep dive. I checked deleted stuff and everything. He has an iPhone, so I know. She said, I know where to check. So while I was doing this, he woke up, looked at me, half asleep, and said, is that my phone? I panicked, and I just said, yeah. He literally just mumbled, oh, rolled back over and went back to sleep. In the morning, he didn't even acknowledge that I went through his phone. He said nothing. But I feel like I am losing my mind at how paranoid I am being. I don't know what to do and don't know how to feel about this. I just feel like this is something new and I'm not used to. What should I do? I don't know what you should do other than having a conversation with him. I mean, people go through different stages of life where their sex drive increases. They do say women, especially, I'll speak on women. Women's sex drive goes crazy around 18 to 25. Then chill. But that 40 now, 40 and up, baby, that motherfucker comes back with a vengeance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he just might be going through that type of change where he just wants it more. And for you to say that you didn't find anything, even though you was creeping around in his phone, take that as a win, baby, because he is that attracted to you where he wants to do it all the time. But establish boundaries with him and let him know, like, look, you know what I'm saying? I love our sex life. It's grand, but Miss Kitty need a rest sometimes. Recuperation. I need to rest. So we need to come to some sort of compromise as a couple where we can have sex and I can get rest as well. So simple conversation. Doesn't need to be this thing where, oh, he wants to fuck now, and then what's going on, and this, that, and the third. Oftentimes it's really nothing. You're saying you have a great relationship and you've been together since you were in college. It looked like, I didn't read that because it was extremely long. But y'all have an open, honest relationship with each other. His body's just changing and he just wants it a little more. And he's at that stage in the life where he wants sex more. And that's perfectly normal. But boundaries and compromise. That's my advice to you.
What about that checking the phone thing? I'm surprised you didn't touch on that.
Thing, see, don't ask me because I check the phone too, bitch. I go too far. If my intuition be like, oh, no, I always find. But I do believe that you should give people privacy. And if you feel as though they're cheating, they probably are. Go with your gut and do what you need to do as far as that. You didn't find anything. That's your husband. He ain't even mentioned it because he really don't give a shit about you going through his phone because he already knew there wasn't nothing there to be found. It's whatever works for a couple. I know some couples that actually have each other's password and they go through each other's phone. I know couples who share social media accounts. You know what I'm saying? So it's whatever works for the couple. If that's what works for you and he wasn't upset about it, fine. Next time ask. Next time just ask. Just go snooping. Because you never know.
That's true.
You find what you don't want to find. Be all in your feelings and upset, crying in the closet.
I know I'm not checking nobody. If I did that in my younger years, I'm not doing it no anymore. If I feel like I got to check somebody's phone at my 40+ year old age, if I got to go through your phone, I'm not doing it. No.
Yeah.
If I can't trust you, ain't no amount of me searching for proof on why that's gonna make me rest. But whatever. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. Backing out.
I mean, no, I get it. I just say whatever works for each individual couple. Some couples don't mind that. Some couples be like, "Hey, bitch, don't touch my shit. This is my privacy. You're invading it." Like, you know. But yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed this segment, and until next time, bye.
Let's troll the timeline. Hopefully, we found some stuff this week. We'll be back.
People keep asking white people this question. If you woke up black tomorrow, what's the first thing you would do? And I'm seeing a lot of people say, oh, I want to go to the cookout. You know why y'all want to go to the cookout so bad? You know what happens at the cookout that y'all don't ever experience and you're foaming at the mouth to experience with us? Community. That's it. That's the secret sauce. Uncle Ray that drink too much. Auntie Deb that really don't fuck with none of the family, but she come around because you her favorite niece. Your mama who insists on prepping all the food and then complaining at the same damn time that don't nobody help her. Tanisha and her badass kid. Your favorite cousin that you was waiting on to show up so y'all could go, take a walk together. Accepting people for who they are and loving them anyway. Supporting people even though you know they make mistakes in their life. Because no matter how mad everybody gets, who gets on whose nerve, by the time that song drop and everybody is dancing the electric slide, none of it matters. But white people, you know why y'all don't have that? Because you don't build community. You don't support each other. You don't stand up for one another when it matters. Hell, you barely stand up for things that you want, much less helping somebody else. So this is your reminder. We done giving out passes to the cookout. Throw your own dry rub barbecue with weird ass potato salads. Y'all tell me what you think.
Time to troll.
It's time to troll. Miss Lyric, what you got?
You know that whole saying of speaking too soon? Last week, I just talked about how, what's her name? Chloe Bailey and Burna Boy was all hugged up in Africa and swapping kisses and all hugged up.
You better swap fluids.
Guess what? It's already over.
What happened?
People have been in an uproar because they have seen that Chloe has unfollowed this man, and reports show that he was creeping off with another young lady.
Oh, there you go. Burna Boy interrupting the destiny of Miss Grandchild.
His name is Burna Boy.
Oh,
can we all just use context clues?
Can we all use condoms also? Because, Burna Boy, that could mean other things. I know nothing about these young people.
Well, it is what it is.
Speaking of too soon, according to TMZ, after we already know Diddy's lawyers quit, or his lawyer, that one guy quit. Now there's an exclusive. Diddy's New Year's Eve party 2010 on video. ... DJ Khaled, Busta Rhymes, other big stars attend. And here's the thing. Again, still a very developing story. There's more and more shit coming out each week. The thing that I don't want us to speak too soon on is because, the internet is already ablaze with the rumors flying. Oh, you saw DJ Khaled name. You saw Busta Rhymes. Like, just because you were filmed at a party, like a soiree with Diddy, does not necessarily mean that you was in the bathhouse or wherever these parties allegedly were supposed to take place. That does not mean the same thing just because you were filmed with Diddy. Hell, I got pictures of me back in 2010 hosting Ciroc Week. That don't mean I was at the Diddy party. So let's just be realistic with our expectations. Y'all calm down online. Every time you see a headline I mean, news has just been dry this week. Speaking of that bullshit, can we talk about how the news has dried up so much since this president keeps doing something ridiculous every goddamn day? They got a story about Octomom. And it ain't the first story that I've read about her in the past few weeks. Talking about Octomom, Natalie Solomon. CPS showed up to the house all the time, but complimented my parenting. So they are revisiting stories from yesteryears at this point. Talking about how CPS used to stay outside of her house when she had all them babies because they, for sure, I don't know, that they was going to see her chucking one out the window or something. I don't know. News is dried up, but what you got? Anything else? No, I got plenty, but go ahead.
Yeah, so let's see. If anybody knows or seen the video of the young lady in Maryland who's the hairdresser, 18-year-old Jayla, dragging that poor girl for filth for assuming that she couldn't pay for her hairstyle.
Wait, what?
Yeah. She was now charged with assault. Turns out the girl was 15 years old. And it was a miscommunication between her and the stylist. She was actually not trying to run and not pay. She was trying to pay because it wasn't clear that she didn't accept her form of payment. So she was on the phone with her dad trying to get another form of payment so she could pay her stylist. And instead of her giving her space so she could talk on the phone, she assumed that she was trying to run and not pay. So dragged her by her hair throughout the entire salon.
And this is on video?
This is on video.
Well, I'm glad I stayed away from that part of the internet, but Jesus Christ. And this happened in Maryland?
And people were going off.
Oh, I'm sure they were. I'm sure it was so many disgusting comments.
And this was this video was posted on Instagram. You can find it on Spiritual Word, and it was just horrible. The little girl's traumatized. The young lady said that she didn't realize she was a minor because she doesn't service anybody under the 18. However, it says on her website, on her booking website, must be at least 13 years of age. So it's very confusing. She's not really taking any accountability whatsoever. And yeah, she got charged with assault.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Okay. Jesus. Okay. Speaking of crazy, Dwayne Wiggins dies of cancer. Heard
about that.
Dwayne Wiggins, the founding member of the iconic R&B group Tony, has sadly passed away at the age of 64 after a courageous battle with bladder cancer. His family announced the news on social media, revealing that he died surrounded by loved ones, a poignant reminder of the impact he had on those around him.
Wow.
Yeah, they said he's from Oakland, California. He was not only a talented musician, but he was also a mentor to many emerging artists. He played a significant role in the group's success, contributing to hit songs like Feels Good, Let's Get Down, Whatever You Want, and Anniversary. Another great in black music gone too soon.
Yeah. Sucks.
It really does. Do we got anything upbeat?
Tragic.
Oh, guess not.
Donald Trump says he signed an executive order calling for the death penalty for anyone who kills a police officer during his speech to Congress on March 4th. So, what are we supposed to do with that? Because you obviously don't care about these officers who are killing all these unarmed black folk.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what we're going to do for. He wants them to be immune from prosecution. Yep. So they have the power to kill us. But we do not have the power to defend ourselves without sacrificing our own lives.
Yep. Mandatory death penalty.
Executive orders. Again, just executive orders. Still got to get to the courts, peeps.
Yeah, but it's just the fact that that's where your mindset is at for me. Like, come on, bro.
Yep.
This world is going to hell in a handbasket, I swear.
It really is. I don't know who I want to drag more. Do I want to drag Stephen A. Smith, or do I want to drag Dr. Umar?
What are we dragging Dr. Umar for? I'm curious about that.
All right, let's do the Dr. Umar one. Recently, Dr. Umar Johnson has found himself in the spotlight due to a controversy involving a woman claiming to be his biological daughter. So, this situation escalated when this woman made allegations about Dr. Umar's character and his actions, which sparked, of course, reaction on social media. Everybody had something to say. A lot of people took to all the platforms to express their opinions, with some defending Dr. Umar, and others criticizing him based on the claims made by the woman. His response to these allegations has also drawn attention. He faced all this backlash for how he's handled the situation, with people talking about how disappointed they were in his comments. Critics argued that his reaction lacked the seriousness the matter deserved. Now, let me click on the actual story. So I'm going to read this to you verbatim, because I'm not even going to summarize it. For context, a woman hopped on TikTok claiming Dr. Umar was supposedly an absentee father. She even said she got in touch with the mom of someone she believes is her sister. Well, Dr. Umar didn't waste time clapping back online. He shut everything down and told her straight up to stop the cap now, since he has family in Philly. Now, he also made it clear that anybody spreading lies about him online is getting blocked. No questions asked. However, he did say that he was down to talk with the woman and her mother. So here's what the woman said about him.
TikTok. So I just wanted to come on here with a small, short announcement. I just want to start this video off by saying I'm not trying to get clout. I literally just want to have a conversation with my father. My biological father is Dr. Umar. He has another daughter. I tried to contact him about, getting to know my sister on my dad's side. I asked him if he knows her or if he has her number. He ignored me and never responded. I'm 22 years old now. My dad has never been to anything important, no graduation, no birthday parties, nothing. He has not been in my life. Again, I'm not making this video to bash him. I'm making this video to state facts, okay? You can't get on Instagram and get on social media and portray to be an activist and talk about how black kings need to be with black women, but you're not even in your black woman's daughter's life. It doesn't make sense. You're being a hypocrite, and it's frustrating because I reached out to you. I shouldn't have had to do that. I'm your daughter, but I'm smart enough and logical enough to know that you would never reach out to me because you don't have my phone number, and I'm pretty sure you wouldn't try to reach out to me because for what? I don't want anything out of you. I want nothing but a conversation. Forget the relationship. I really don't care too much about that at this point. I just wanted a conversation out of you, and you shut me down. You ignored me. You should never be too busy for your daughter ever in life. So I just wanted to make this video to just try to, I guess, somehow find my sister on my dad's side. So if you see this, please reach out to me. Please DM me because I want to know.
In a series of videos, the woman made it clear that she's not clout chasing. She just wants to have a convo with her alleged father. She also said that she's reached out to him about linking up with a sister she believes that is on his side. On top of that, she called him out for missing every major moment in her life and portraying a false image online. Additionally, she revealed that she allegedly has receipts from a DNA test that proves he is her actual dad. With that, what you will.
That is wild. A lot of things I did not expect on my bingo card for 2025.
Oh, Dr. Umar,
like
really?
This is
that
just like one of them. Yeah, because he just be so hell bent on telling other people how to go about living right and
that's
living
exactly
this life and this, that, and the third, and here you are caught in some scandal.
Yeah, that's exactly why I thought that he would absolutely I would have absolutely put this on my bingo card, because
I've known Dr. Umar for 3 years. I met him when I was 24 years old, and this is a recent picture. We just met in June of last year, and we did discuss his children along with a few other things. We met up at Brandywine Diner on Concord Pike last year, and because he wanted to take me out to lunch, and I kind of wanted to talk about like just have a conversation with him regarding like Black content creators on TikTok and social media. So while we're talking, we talk about religion, we talk about racism in America, we talk about secret societies, because that was really my peak of interest. So we first started off by talking about why he was in Wilmington again. He's always going to his school in Wilmington, Delaware, because number one, he's being audited by the IRS a lot. When I first met him in 2022, he literally told me he was there because his accountant was caught stealing funds from the school. They were receiving donations for the school, and he was saying that his accountant was stealing money. So he had to fire that accountant, and the IRS was asking for proof, like where the money went. So he started commuting from Philadelphia to Wilmington, Delaware frequently, just so he could be at the school in case anybody shows up and asks why the school's not done, or where the kids are at, or what's going on. So when I met up with him last year, he was just coming back from the school when we had lunch. I guess the IRS is still asking him about the school because it's not done. Like, he's receiving money, donations, but there's no progress with the school. If you were to go up right now to the school, like, there's wooded boards on the doors, on the windows, there's weeds, graffiti on some of the buildings. Like, it's not in proper condition. There's no AC, there's no heating, there's nothing. Like, it's not, the school's not ready.
I'm not even gonna. Next one.
Let's talk about the other Bailey sister.
Okay.
How about Haley Bailey had to put her baby daddy out her damn house the other day?
Are you serious?
Yep.
With the cute baby?
I don't know what he did. See,
that baby Halo is
they had gotten a
adorable.
little back together. But obviously he did something, and now he's back on the internet talking about somehow he ain't seen his baby in months, and she tried to keep him away from. Yeah, but they had snuck and got back together.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. Okay.
But how he ain't seen the baby in months, and she's trying to keep him away from his son, and this, that, and the third. That's a lie, sir.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Mm-hmm.
You keep that daggone baby. I see your Snapchats. It's like people forget. You be having that baby all of the time. Like, when she got to go to work, you have the baby. You keep that baby with the camera in front of his face.
Now, that one I do tune into, because that baby is adorable. That is the cutest baby ever. So anytime you want to see cute babies, they're right there. So plus they're entertaining as a family. You know what I'm saying? I really wanted them to succeed, because I wanted the young brothers to see another young brother that was active in his child's life. Like, you could tell he genuinely cares about his kid. And that is one thing that I do like about him. I mean, I don't know what kind of fuck shit they got going on, but I do like the fact that he wants to be a father. So
I just don't like him coming to the internet and like trying to spin a narrative, though.
That's trash.
Because we all can see that you get him. So how can you say that? It's weird.
That's trash. And I feel like I'm a hypocrite in saying that I want to see him online, but then I don't want to take the bad parts also. But I mean, shit, certain stuff is not for us. Everybody don't need to know every time y'all have a fight. We don't.
Right.
So, I mean, it
And
just
then,
is what
you
it is.
telling us for? Take that up with the courts. That's what
Ain't
they're there
shit
for.
we can do. Ain't shit none of us can do. Why are we involved?
And then you wonder why people say you be doing stuff for clout. It's because of stuff like this. Like, I know it's frustration, but tell your frustration to a family member you trust. Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your cousin, tell your uncle, tell your auntie or somebody. Don't run to the internet and try to be messy and put people on blast when, we can prove the shit. Anything you put on the internet, we can search up. I could go on there right now and find a live where he got the baby. Like, stop.
All the time.
Stop doing that.
Somewhere in the darkest corner of the internet is videos of me being ratchet back in 2010. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because once you put it out there, it's out
there. Period.
All right. So we're going to talk about these 10 Democrats.
Sure.
So if you've been paying attention remotely to the news this week, and I know this is like a socio-political show, so we get the light politic people as well as the heavy politic people. So I try to keep a balance in between. So what you need to know is that 10 Democrats voted to censor Al Green. Okay. That was the headline. House censures Al Green for heckling Trump during his speech to Congress. So for those of y'all that watched that mess of a speech on Tuesday night, and it was a mess.
I didn't watch it, but I heard about it.
Oh,
I heard bits and pieces of it on the radio, and I was like appalled. The most unprofessional shit I've ever heard.
Oh my God. So they voted to censor Al Green. But these same Democrats are completely unable to stand up to the same man trying to cut Social Security, trying to cut the Medicaid, trying to cut Medicare, all while he used a black kid with cancer as a political pawn. Did you see that part?
I did hear that little commercial shit that they tried to play. Yeah.
Girl, this recent move to censor Green, who has been a vocal critic of the Republican agenda, raises serious questions about the priorities of these Democrats. Instead of focusing on their efforts on protecting vital social programs that support millions of Americans, they chose to align with a narrative that seems more interested in silencing Al Green than addressing the pressing issues. Now, for those of y'all, again, like I said, that may, be politics light and may not know, a censure is a formal reprimand of an individual, typically like a member of a legislative body, for inappropriate behavior or actions. So it serves as a way for the governing party to express like disapproval without actually removing the individual from their position. Censure can involve a vote by members, and while it carries no real legal consequences, it can like tarnish the reputation of the individual being censored and serve as a warning about their conduct. So essentially, it's a way to hold members accountable while still allowing them to continue to do their duties. But it's like, okay, well, I'm going to hold you to this standard just in case anybody else, gets out of hand. And I'll remind you, this did not happen to Miss Bleach Blonde, Bad Built Butch Body during the Biden administration when she did her loud protests. Didn't happen. But I'm going to let, them make the case for themselves. Anyways, this political landscape right now has become increasingly polarized. And the fact that some Democrats are willing to censor one of their own while remaining passive in the face of attacks on essential welfare programs is angering in a way I can't like vocally express without hurting y'all's ears. Like his criticisms, they're rooted in a genuine concern. Like the man cares for the well-being of his constituents because he went into a role where he serves the public. So him caring about the public and then y'all reprimanding him for it. This is what do you mean? Especially for those that rely on Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, you're diverting attention to censor him. These Democrats, y'all are sidelining the actual consequences that come with the cuts to these programs, while like they're affecting vulnerable populations, including children, low-income families. Moreover, using a black child with cancer as a political pawn, I don't even think I've used this word on this show. That is morally reprehensible. That in itself highlights the depth of which y'all are willing to sink further to push your agenda. You're using a black kid with cancer. You have him in a hand, presenting him to your little maggots, while your other hand is holding scissors to cut programs that fund the research to get him help. That is a different type of love. Like that. Wow. That is the most toxic shit I've ever seen in my life. That hatred.
I'm not surprised.
Whew, I saw that and I literally screamed. I was like, what the fuck? Anyways.
I have one more.
What you got?
Speaking of disgrace and toxic. On a recent 7-minute phone call during Inmate Tea with A&P podcast.
Oh, hell. This does not sound credible.
The disgraced former R&B star, R. Kelly, has claimed he has written like 25 albums since his imprisonment in 2022 for sex trafficking and racketeering. First of all, I'm not buying any of that shit.
So
who you making music for, sir?
So
who you making 25 albums for, sir? Are you that delusional that you think that you're going to get out and still be here on top of your fame? No.
But you know what? Honestly,
no.
You say that, and I know that you and the other 92% will stick behind it. But see, I know that there's some within this 80% that's gonna be like, oh no, you gotta respect the artist. You gotta separate the artist from the music. You know what I'm saying?
No, when the music is about fucking underage girls, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all need to be in there with his ass then if you agreeing to this shit. Listen to the lyrics. Y'all don't even know what y'all singing. Y'all so idiotic that y'all bopping to a beat and not realizing what you're repeating. The words that are coming out of your mouth, the lyrics.
When
listen to those.
Music, it makes me dance.
No, you got to realize what you're saying, what you're repeating, what you're dancing to. Words have power. Y'all just be failing to realize that shit. You have to be very careful what you say out of your mouth, because now that makes you in agreement to what he's singing about. Oh, so you a pedophile too? Oh, okay, so R. Kelly can come babysit your little 10-year-old. Oh,
probably.
Yeah, y'all gotta chill. Stop being so ignorant. Wake the fuck up and realize what the fuck going on around you.
Your president said on Tuesday, he said, America will no longer be woke. And then everybody cheered. And I was thinking like, this is weird.
Of course the sheep said that. Of course the sheep cheered.
Imagine cheering because the leader of your country said, nah, I don't want y'all to really know what's going on. I want everybody to be asleep.
Yep.
What?
Be ignorant into what.
Even if you didn't know what woke meant, which a lot of them don't. But even if you didn't know what woke meant and you thought that the logical, opposite of that would be awake, why would you cheer? What's going on, white people?
I don't want to know what's going on. I just want to follow blindly and just do whatever they say and go along with the fuckery and bullshit. Y'all are the dumbest motherfuckers I have ever seen in my life. I'm so sorry about it. You just are. I don't know who is so dumb enough to just follow so blindly and be so trusting to just do that.
Girl, he's
telling you we finna run Boston on all y'all motherfuckers. That's a space term.
Hold
space
on,
players who know.
Hold
we finna
on.
run a Boston on all you niggas.
All of them.
All
And
of
here's
y'all.
the thing. All of them keep getting hit by strays.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not strays. They were always not for you. Donald Trump does not consider you an equal unless you have more or equal to or around what he got. If you are not one of the rich elite, Donald Trump does not give a fuck about you.
It's so
Not
funny
at all.
because more and more I'm starting to see on TikTok the regret videos. They're starting to come in droves. Oh, you work for the government. Now you can't. Now you ain't got no job because they just fired your motherfucking ass, and you ain't got nowhere to go. Oh,
White women are shook.
You mad?
White women are shook because they asses just figured out that they are DEI.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are. Not us. That's y'all.
Which I thought it was just for blacks and Mexicans.
Yes. Yes.
Out of here.
Yes.
That's because y'all failed to read and gain knowledge for yourself instead of believing everything that dumbass motherfucker spits out of his mouth. He was an embarrassment. I'll say that. It was an embarrassment. I have never seen or heard a speech like that from an American president that lacked intelligence. That was
Smart.
just he was just speaking like he didn't even have notes. Where's your writers at? Like you just said whatever the fuck you wanted to say when you got up there. I'm just winging. I'm winging this shit.
Right.
You cannot wing a whole country, my nigga.
No. He was just rattling off numbers. And then we found this, and then we found that. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm dedicating my next segment. I am just going to go through. I'm just going to pick 5 of the lies that he said. I'm going to tell y'all which ones they are. Up next on Unseasoned Behavior. We'll be right back.
Breaking fuck the news. Marjorie Greene Taylor, the butch blonde, goes to X to state that we, the American people, should throw measles parties. Basically, if one person in your community, child, has measles, you should all go to that house, sit around, have your kids sit around that kid and all catch measles so they build an immunity. And then she goes on to say that, we did this when I was a kid with chicken pox, and now they demonize parents who don't want to get their kids vaccinated. Please, if you don't listen to anything anybody says because you support them, don't do that dumbass shit. I don't even give a fuck you don't want to get your kid vaccinated. Keep the motherfucker home. I don't even give a fuck. If that's what you want to do, keep that shit in your house. But do not start throwing parties so all your kids catch me. If I see an article stating that a bunch of kids caught measles because they threw a party, I'm losing my mind.
Like Elon doesn't want us talking about the fact that he has received almost $1 billion worth of new contract money from the U.S. government in just 2 weeks. Yep. $400 million for Tesla and over $300 million for SpaceX. This is nothing more than a money grab. He's not out there trying to save money for the American people. That's not what he's doing. He's lining his pockets. And at the same time, he's outraging people who don't know exactly how we spend our money and how it benefits us to make sure that things like HIV and AIDS doesn't become the worldwide pandemic that it used to be.
Yeah. Marcus has your glimpse into a world without seasoning.
All right. So like I said, I'm just going to go through 5 of the things, just 5 of the lies that this president has told last week. Based on recent news sources. Deportation claims. Trump claimed that his administration had deported more migrants than any previous president.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Data indicates that illegal border crossings were declining before he took office, suggesting that his claims about his administration's deportation efforts may be exaggerated. Number 2, national emergency declaration. Now, during his address to Congress, Trump stated he declared a national emergency at the southern border.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Critics argue that the declaration was a political maneuver rather than a response to an actual emergency, as border security issues have been ongoing. Again, another exaggeration, another smoke and mirror, another, hey, look at what I'm doing, to shit that's already going on. Like, you're reinventing the wheel. It's already there. You're not even turning it faster. Number 3, inflation blame. Trump blamed the Biden administration for high inflation, particularly citing rising egg prices.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Global factors such as the pandemic and the war in Ukraine has significantly contributed to inflation levels. The pandemic that happened during your administration caused this rising inflation that then Biden was getting under control. But now, with you tanking the stock market in one goddamn day, guess what's going to happen to the prices even more? Number 4, as we get into economic promises, Trump promised to, quote, rescue our economy and make America, quote, affordable again, claiming that he had solutions to the lingering inflation issues.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Critics argue that such promises lack concrete plans and do not address the complexity of the inflation problem. So the lady that had the plan thing and was like, hey girl, this is what we're going to do, and told us all, we didn't choose her because we chose the guy that had the concepts of the plan, claimed absolutely no connection to Project 2025, got in office, and is doing exactly play by play everything in Project 2025. And number 5, Gold Card Visa Program. Trump mentioned a proposed Gold Card Visa. This program, during his speech, suggesting that it would be implemented.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
This program would require congressional approval, which again raises questions about the feasibility of his claim without bipartisan support. It's the smoke and mirrors, it's the over sensationalization, it's the I'ma do it, I'ma walk it back, I'ma see how far I can go. It's all of that. They're lies, people. This president is, I don't know how else to convey it. And you still have his wooden tooth constituents walking around defending this man. You have people showing up to, did you see the videos with them people in with masks and all covered up?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you wearing masks? If what you're saying is just like we go to protest, and if it's not, a pandemic that your president caused, if that's not going on, which is probably about to be again, we typically don't have masks because we don't have anything to hide. Notice how the people that are doing the right thing aren't hiding, and the people that are doing the wrong thing are hiding. You notice that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are we doing? But here's the thing. Out of all the protests, you know what he's trying to do, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So just so it's said, y'all get out there, you get unruly. I mean, I'm not telling you anything that they didn't say at the Super Bowl. You get out there, you get unruly, martial law. And you know what that means, kids?
Complete control. We're fucked.
He does not have to leave in 4 years. So play your cards right. Don't do no nigga, like Sam said.
I'm sorry. If you just look for a church that shouts all the time, you in the wrong place today. They promote a fallacy of meritocracy that is based on a mythology of a colorblind America. Everybody should work hard because color doesn't matter anymore. And listen at how privilege lies to protect itself. You ready? If you get mad, I'm sorry. Privilege says, you know what? Really, you're the problem because racism is dead. That's way back then, and you need to stop bringing up old stuff and acknowledge that everything is equal and race doesn't matter and we're colorblind. And if you work hard like I work hard and you go to school like I go to school and you save your money like I save my money, then you will rise just like we do. Okay. If you think racism is dead, stay with me for a moment. America began shipping slaves into the new colonies in 1619. America was not legally integrated until civil rights got to the passing of the Voter Rights Act in 1965. Now, if you're doing the math, 1965 was 60 years ago. Stay with me. If you are over 60, stand up. Hold on. Stay standing for a moment. I want to show you how real racism is. Everyone standing was born at a time when you could not vote. Everyone standing, if you crossed the Mason-Dixon, you had to use a colored restroom. Everyone standing was born having to ride in the back of the bus. Everyone standing had to go to segregated schools. Everyone standing was born at a time when there were communities you could not live in. Everyone standing knows what it's like to have been told you couldn't apply for that job. Everybody standing knows you had to go to an HBCU because they wouldn't let you go to their schools. Everyone standing experienced a racism. How can racism be dead when it's right here in those who have to live in it? You may be seated. Thank you. I just came by to argue that 350 years of legalized race does not disappear within one generation of advancement with our people. It takes more than one generation.
Why do you have roaches?
The Why File.
Why do my children hate me?
On WRTR Real Talk Radio.
Why did my vagina burn?
The truth is out there.
Explaining the unexplained. We're answering why to the questions you want to know by taking your tweets your skeets at WRTR Radio on Blue Sky. This is the Why Files. Also, we take them at WRTRradio@gmail.com. So
that's right.
This is the Why Files. Remember, the truth is out there. What you got, Miss Lyric?
Let's see. Oh, my why comes from me.
Okay.
Why? I just heard that Maryland is saying that they want to be extra petty, and those who have registered their car in Virginia is about to get a letter because they about to cut that shit.
What do you mean?
So a lot of people, if you don't know, you're able to live in Maryland and get Virginia plates. People have been doing it for forever because Maryland has ridiculous registration fees. It's stupid.
Got it.
They're cutting down. They're cracking that shit. They're like, this is it. That's all. Y'all not doing that shit no more because they're losing so much revenue. So, supposedly, sometime soon in the next couple of months, people who have Maryland addresses are going to be getting letters in the mail saying that their plates are going to be canceled in 30 days because they're not from Maryland.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I was so thrown by that because the news lady was like, it's illegal and this, that, and the third. Since when? if it was that illegal, why so many people have the plates? Y'all just saying shit now. No, it might not be the most ethical thing, but who cares about that shit? Maybe y'all need to come down on y'all prices for registration in Maryland. Why is it like $300-$400? Like, that's asinine. People don't have that type of money.
Maryland is a little expensive when it comes to shit like that.
Virginia, $56.83. Like,
well, shit, I need some Virginia tags at this point.
The math. Because,
well, this might be actually a political move, and I'll talk to you more about that offline. But yeah, why?
Because the truth is out there, and bitch, I'm not giving up my tags.
They gonna tow you to the yard.
Not with me in the car. Shit. Yeah, who you know?
All right, this person didn't put their name, so I'm gonna just give you a name from I'm gonna say Frank from Pennsylvania, because I don't know if this is a man or a woman, but it says, why do people think I'm weird for staying to myself at my job? I recently started a job where everyone seems to overshare too many of their personal opinions / activities and nonsense from me, and why they keep involving me in conversations and baiting me for information is off-putting and making me rethink my decision to work for them. Why? Because people share. I think I said something in the beginning of the show about my job and they're oversharing opinions. You are there to work, and everybody ain't your friend. I've never been a fan of being friends with coworkers outside of work because it can go left. When I tried it, it did not work. When I tried it, it did not work. When I tried it, it did not work. Why? Because the truth is out there.
No, you got to have some type of separation. Period. That's why they say don't mix business with pleasure. That's your business. That's where you make your money.
Right.
Keep that separate.
Right.
Now, if you happen to even be friends before y'all started working together, that could even be a bit too much, depending on
that part.
The company, because it just can separate. Listen, the first thing that I do when I get a
block
job,
all of them bitches on social media. Block them all. Find your ass. Block you. Sorry, nothing personal.
You can't have access to me, baby. Nope. You can't be saying, "Oh, she said this on her Facebook" and go and run into. No, we ain't having that. We ain't having that. My business is my business.
Yeah.
Mind yours. Okay. Here to work, not to socialize. I'm here to get that coin, not to care. That's what people be. And that's the thing. Like, I used to run from jobs that have this in their thing, talking about we're like a family here.
Oh no.
Toxic.
Oh, no, I have
toxic. You're gonna be stressed the fuck out. Your hair gonna fall out. You're gonna have heart attacks and strokes and all types of shit if you apply to that job. Don't do it. It's drama. Anytime I see that, run. Fast.
I've always been. Well, I don't know. Like with these new laws and everything that you sign, people can fire you for doing fuck. Oh, you remember the coworker with the Trump Vance bumper sticker?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't tell you. His ass got fired.
You're lying.
I'm not. So let me tell you. So his dumb ass, he went on Facebook in a group I'll tell you about, but I ain't gonna compromise myself. But he went on this Facebook group, and he was on Facebook talking about, with other people here that are a part of, this area in Baltimore, right? They got into a heated discussion about Freddie Gray. And they were talking about, how his mom was a hoe and his daddy was on drugs and, all of this stuff. Just a very racist, very heated conversation that white people like to have openly online, and they get away with. But the moment I post Black Lives Matter, you ready to censor my shit. Anyways, in one of the comments, he made I don't want to quote him without getting in trouble. All right, so I'm going to paraphrase. He says that he keeps his strap on him in case one of these monkeys get out of line.
You are lying.
I'm not lying. So someone in that chat was like, oh, okay. So they went to his profile picture. In his profile picture,
out where he
had a company shirt on. Screenshot the conversation, sent it on over to our bosses, and he is no longer with our company.
See?
I saw it happen in real life. And
See?
you know what? As much hell as I give white people, I was shocked that it went this way. I was shocked. But I was also very, it actually made me feel good that he got his just dessert, because you can't just, because imagine, we would have never known. I'm not going to tell you how I know, but, I'm not going to tell the world how I know. But if he came to work the very next day, I would have personally never known anything about it. But the fact that they got the email, saw it for what it was, and then did something about it, that speaks volumes about the white people that I work with. So
that's dope.
That is one good thing that I can say.
Listen, I won't call it a trend, but people have started to do that. Like, you get in these groups and you talk crazy out your neck, people are going to find out where you work.
They really will.
And will send your shit.
Yeah.
So chill. Yes, you have the freedom of speech. Of course you do. Everybody has it. But there's also consequences to what the fuck you say out your motherfucking mouth and what you type. So tread lightly.
Called us monkeys. They said. He said he keeps his strap close in case one of these monkeys get out of line. That's it.
See, this is why I can't be friends with no coworkers. Could you imagine if you was friends with that person and you just so happen to see it? You know, because I feel like social media platforms be messy sometimes, where they'll show little certain stuff, and you be like, "What the fuck?"
And then they be like, "So do you know? You may know so and so such and such, and it's that bitch that sit in the cubicle that you don't like, but your phone, your phone then got next to her phone, and it'd be like, ooh, people you may know." Social media is messy as shit.
Could you imagine if you actually saw that shit, and then you went to work, and he trying to be all cool and shit? Bitch, I'm gonna play you to the left. I'll be like, you don't want to shake this monkey's hand?
Oh, it was never in the cards for me for any kind of fuck shit. Because the moment he had that Trump Vance bumper sticker, I was already like, side-eye. And then the fact that, I think we had another conversation. He was talking about how he went to go see Twisters, and he saw the movie and he thought it was dumb because why would you try to blow up a tornado? And I was like, should I tell him that that's what Trump tried to do his last presidency? You remember when he was going to nuke them goddamn hurricanes? Yeah, it was never in the cards for me with them. Anyway, that wraps it up for this week's Why Files. Always answering why for you at WRTR Radio over on Blue Sky. Again, WRTRradio@gmail.com. News Make You Nauseous is up next. Remember, the truth is out there.
Trust me when I tell you, I get it. I get it. I am so upset about all these. I like to walk around Walmart when I'm fucking bored. I like looking at the people of Walmart, for that matter. I love that Amazon delivers stuff directly to my house, and I'm a slut for some Starbucks coffee. I want my coffee to taste like I'm licking a coffee bean booty hole. But I don't care how convenient or how inconvenient it is to stop indefinitely doing business with these people. It is the principality of the matter. I will never give them a single red cent of my money ever the fuck again. We're not doing a temporary boycott. We're not going to boycott them for 1 day or 1 week or 1 month. For what? We need to tank their business models. They have shown us their true colors. There is no repainting that picture. Let me just give you guys some perspective here. If your friend stabbed you in the back, didn't apologize, and made no effort to reconcile, would you be like, well, we're not going to be friends for a month? You would never talk to that bitch again. If your man cheated on you, didn't try to reconcile, didn't apologize, didn't say he was going to do better, didn't cut the bitch off, would you say, I'm going to break up with you for a month? What the fuck is a temporary boycott? No, we are standing on business, and I don't care if they try to publicly reconcile their grievances. I don't care what policies and procedures they put forward, how much they beg or they grovel. It is time to stand on business. They need to die on the hill that they chose to stand on. There is no quarter for Trump supporters in America. You can't come to our side. You can't rally to our cause. You can't flip-flop. You chose your side, and you need to die on that hill, because that is the only way that we are further going to discourage any more alt-right uprisings. We need to let people know in family, in business, in friendship, in dating, in politics, in diplomatic affairs, in foreign relations, we will not put up with any more dictators or alt-right conservative uprisings. It's done. It's a wrap for y'all. Let their business go belly up. Let their families go fucking broke. Let them die in the fucking poverty that they wished upon us. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, they would not offer any let up for us. Ever. Do you think that they ever intend to stop being our oppressor? Do you think they intend to stop working us tirelessly? Do you think they intend on increasing our benefits? Do you think any part of them gives a chicken fried fuck about women, minorities, disabled people, veterans, or the LGBTQAI alphabet community that I probably fucking got wrong? No, they don't. They don't give a fuck about us. Ain't no fucking temporary boycott. They can suck a dick and die.
And now, say what? News to make you nauseous on WRTR Real Talk Radio. Let's go.
Alrighty, it's time for news to make you nauseous. These are some of the stories you might not read about in the New York Times, the Washington Post, the Wall Street Journal. Let's get into it, Miss Lyric. What you got?
Say what, Florida?
Say what?
Hell.
A Florida woman was charged with attempted murder after following her cheating husband and shooting his mistress in the head.
What? Why y'all always mad at the other bitch? Yeah. Shoot his ass in the head. Do that. Come on now. No, don't do that. I mean,
okay.
Don't do it.
So, 38-year-old LaTorre
Okay.
from Florida was
Spell that.
following her husband in her car. She kept calling him while he was driving, but he would not answer her calls. She continued to follow his car and cut him off, preventing him from driving forward.
He had like a music video.
He had to back up in reverse to get away from her. When he came to a stoplight, she walked up to his car and started an argument with him and his female passenger. She fired shots into the car, and the female passenger was shot in the head. She is currently in the hospital fighting for her life. LaTorre was arrested and charged with attempted murder.
I don't want to lose my pride, but I'm gonna fuck me up a bitch. Now, honestly, like the woman in the hospital, that is nothing to laugh at. But woo, that whole situation sounds like a music video.
It's crazy, and I'm laughing at the lengths that people will go to, like, put their livelihood in jeopardy. Like, girl, what is you doing? Just let him be. He obviously made his choice. Now you make another one, but you chose wrong, sis. Now you in jail.
Wrong
Possibly gonna get life because you only got attempted murder because she's still living. If she dies, that charge is going to change. Okay,
Yeah.
That's the reality of this shit.
You're still
People
fucked
just
the
don't
rest
think
of your
about it.
life all over a nigga. You could have just left. You could have done that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know which story I'm picking. I sent it to you earlier this week in text message. Say what? Houston, Texas.
Say what?
Now, this story is coming from both ABC and NBC News. So imagine this, right? You're on a Southwest flight from Houston to Phoenix, ready for a nice, peaceful journey, right? And then suddenly, bam! A naked woman just struts down the aisle like she about to do the little seatbelt dance and shit like people do for a glorious 25 minutes. A woman paraded in her birthday suit in front of bewildered passengers, their words, not mine, who were probably wondering if they accidentally boarded a flight to a strip club or something, because You had children in the seats. You had elderly people. You had your Meemaw them. And this lady was naked. Now, fortunately, the woman was apprehended. But I'm just imagining the shit that's popping off. Can you imagine being one of those people that is in the seat? Miss Lyric, if it were you, what would you do? I want a letter from one of these people, because what would you do?
Girl, but I got dragged for filth. Especially if I'm on the flight with my children. Like, bitch, I'm gonna knock you in between all them seats if you don't sit your motherfucking ass down somewhere. And put
but you know what? This was on a video. All jokes aside, I'm telling it funny, but I did watch the video, and everybody was in there. Of course, everybody was appalled, but everybody was in their seats watching her. But you can't do anything because then your ass is on the no-flight list. So
well, somebody better do something.
They arrested her. They arrested her. They got her, but she was claiming that she was bipolar and saying all these other things. I'm going to follow this story. Maybe I'll follow up and let y'all know. But I'm very interested to see what was going on here, like if this was drugs or what. But it says local law enforcement met the flight. They whisked her away for medical evaluation, which, again, I want to know what happened.
Somebody must do something. That's crazy. I would just like, and what do people get for like who had to like witness that shit? What is the airline like offering? Because I would be that bitch to be like, y'all better give me like some points on my.
What do you mean?
Something.
What do you mean? They didn't hire her to walk up next.
My child.
That might be hard to win. That one might be hard to win.
I don't know. People win stupid lawsuits all the fucking time.
That's true.
Remember the one who sued his grandparents because they threw away his porn and he won?
True. Yeah. And the man that sued McDonald's before they started putting them things on the cups that say caution hot because he spilled hot coffee on himself and got burned.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I think I could do it.
I think I could do it. God damn, you can't even protect yourself from this shit that happens out here. Wow. If you want these and more nauseating news stories, make sure you follow us. Follow me, at least, over on Blue Sky, WRTR Radio. I am also at MarcusSmoot. That is Marcus Smoot.
And I'm not going to be doing none of that skeeting stuff. I'm going to leave that to Marcus. So you can find me on my on my Instagram, my Facebook, which I'm about to make that even more private because I just
they got your information, girl. Elon, Mark Zuckerberg, Trump.
I'm talking about private for everybody. But my Snapchat and TikTok. TikTok, I'm about to do more so on. Oh, you know what else I'm on now? The Lemon8 app. I'm on that. Are you? Yeah, I just put that on there, and it's so crazy because I got followers, and I haven't even made no like content for that shit.
Yeah, I did that app.
I logged into 122 followers. What y'all following me for? I had no content whatsoever.
I opened it, and I think it links to your TikTok, so it will.
You would think.
No. If you put the little Lemon8 tag in your bio, it brings over your videos. That's why you'll see people in TikTok in their bio with that Lemon8 HTTP shit. That is why, because then it feeds whatever they put on TikTok, it feeds it over into their Lemon8.
But that didn't do that for my account, which is why I'm kind of like, how? I don't have any content on there. I just put like one content thingy on there just yesterday. There's nothing on there. Nothing. That's why I said it's the weirdest thing.
TikTok ban. Because all of my shit came over.
And hold on. I went on my notifications for TikTok. There's people like requesting. This person is requesting to follow you on Lemon8 app, or this person is now following you on Lemon8. I'm like, what the fuck is the Lemon8 app? What is that? I didn't even know.
No, it
It's
was
weird.
supposed to be. It was supposed to be the app that. Well, Lemon 8 got popular when that whole TikTok ban scare thing happened. Yeah, I've seen it. It got popular because everybody went over to Lemon 8 when they weren't going over the Red Note. So for those people like me that were scared of the terms of service, oh wow, that is a
Yeah.
lot of people. Yeah.
That's why I'm like, what the hell? How y'all
Yeah.
find me?
Well, I don't know. Like I said, when everybody got scared over that whole TikTok ban thing, then everybody was either going to Red Note or they were going to Lemon 8. And then they were like, well, Lemon 8 is owned by the same people that own TikTok. So the same day that TikTok was banned, Lemon 8 didn't work, CapCut didn't work, none of that shit worked. So, of course, everybody then moved on over. I don't know, whatever. All right.
It's weird.
Yeah. Anyways, up next, Real Talk.
So from minimum wage jobs to blue collar jobs to corporate jobs, I've worked them all. And there's one thing that I noticed no matter where I've worked. The majority of white women that I've ever worked with do not care if you're a married man, especially if you're a black man that they want. And especially if they feel like they have some proximity to blackness. I have watched these white bitches at Christmas parties smiling into the faces of the wives of these men. And the minute those wives' back are turned, they're over there rubbing on their man, whispering in his ear. And what I've also seen is, it's not even that they really want that black man. They just want to see if they can get him. They just want that one up. It's like a power trip thing. And I've seen a lot of dumbass black men fall for it, losing their whole family because somehow they look at it as leveling up. There have been situations where I jokingly call these women out for their behavior. And the first thing they always say is, oh, he's just my friend. I can't think of one married friend that I have where I would ever disrespect their spouse like that. I can't think of one non-married friend where I would ever disrespect their partner like that. Hey, what do I know? Anything to justify trying to get that black D down your throat, huh?
Keeping it 100. It's Real Talk. On WRTR, Real Talk Radio. We keep it real.
All right. So for Real Talk this week, I came across an extremely sad story that happened out of Texas to a young rapper and his daughter. They both were murdered at a car wash. They were shot to death. And
what's it sound?
The reason why I wanted to talk about this on Real Talk, not so much as the news story, but the comments from people that I was reading. It was very disheartening to me. And I feel like a lot of people are so numb to violence nowadays that they just say anything.
They do.
Say anything out of their mouth. You cannot possibly have some sort of heart if you try to justify the killing of an innocent child. I don't care what happened prior. That little girl was innocent. And who am I speaking of? It is hood fame Little Ronnie out of Texas. And his 5-year-old daughter. Mind you, her fifth birthday was just the day before she was killed. The reason why I feel so strongly to speak about this today is because a lot of people try to not only justify things, but they hear a story and they try to come up with their own conclusion of why it happened. I've saw a lot of people comment and saying, oh, if you knew what type of man he was, he deserved that shit. Oh, well, baby girl was just a casualty of war and these type of things. No. See, I'm the type of person where if I read a story, I'm going to do my own research on it. I'm going to see what type of person they were. Now, I know people make mistakes, but I went to his last post. His very last post was about his daughter. Mm-hmm. He went to his daughter's school for a daddy and donuts, as you know, the elementary schools tend to have. And one of her classmates' dad didn't show up. So he kind of adopted her into him and his daughter's time and let her sit with them. And to me, that speaks of his character. Not only that, I saw a lot of comments from his family members and people that were really close to him, really defending him and really saying, like, a lot of people are just trolling and saying these ignorant things about him, and that's not who he was as a person. He loved his daughter. He took care of his kids. He provided. He stayed out the way, is what I see. Now, 2 days later, we hear what really happened. And it just goes to show that people need to stop really passing judgment until things come out in the wash. What really happened is his friend, his buddy, associate, whatever you want to call him, was in a dice game. And he ran off with some money. And instead of the two individuals that did this crime going after him, they couldn't find him. So they knew that he was cool with the man that they shot, and so they killed him.
No.
Not only that, the man, he ran away from the car to kind of draw them away from the car because he knew that his daughter was there, and they shot the car up anyway. This is a 25-year-old and a 22-year-old who did this. My heart is heavy because I know the mother of that child is going through it. Not only did she lose, her, I don't know if they were still together or whatever, but that was the person she had her child with. She lost him and her baby. The baby just turned 5. And y'all are in the comments trying to call her a casualty of war, not even knowing what the story is. It is disgusting. And that don't make you a gangster.
It does not. That does not. Wow. I don't know where to begin with the comment section or the overall, the underlying problem. The issue is the lack of empathy. And if anything, we see that this world, at least this country, is headed in that direction of where empathy is frowned upon. If you care about the next motherfucker, then there's something obviously wrong with you or otherwise. That in these comment sections, y'all, I used to applaud the comment sections, in yesteryears. I don't know, have they always been this outwardly stupid, nasty, and just god awful, or is this something new?
Emotionally unavailable is what a lot of these people have.
Yeah.
It just makes me sick. And some of these people are my peers. Like, you're too old to have that type of mindset.
Wow.
Some of them, not all of them. Most of them have the same mindset as you and I. But some of y'all, it's just like, when do you grow up? When do you realize that this is not the way? Like, you're not supposed to be stuck in this type of mindset. Yes, you get a pass when you're younger because you're young, you're ignorant, and we all have to have some time to grow into our adult self and know how to maneuver life. But some of y'all are stuck.
Yeah,
and it's
really
sad.
Are. They are, because they never see any progress beyond that. Like, you got weak people raising even weaker people. Ooh. Generational trauma. Oh my God.
It's just
wow.
Not even in this story. I see like so many, and we all joke in the comment section and we say certain things, but when it comes to serious stuff and things that affect people's families and things like that, y'all not taking any of that into consideration. Regardless, that was somebody's son, that was somebody's brother, that was somebody's nephew, that was somebody's best friend, That was somebody's confidence. That was somebody's lover. That was somebody's dad, because he had a son as well. And y'all not taking that into consideration. Not even that. These children have access to a lot. And depending on their age, they can see the stuff that y'all saying. Y'all not taking any of that shit into consideration when you type this horrible shit.
That is, again, going to be on the internet forever.
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 So, I just want people to be more mindful. Not demure. Just be more mindful, though, honestly. Be more mindful and really think about what you're putting out there, because you have to take into consideration when you type that there are other people that can be affected by it. Yes, you're free to have your opinion, but is your opinion worth hurting somebody when you can, keep some things to yourself? We used to live by that. My mom used to say, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say it at all. That still applies within adulthood. If you don't have the nicest thing to say, you can keep scrolling. That's a choice. You could just be like, say something out loud, this, that, and the third, and scroll right on past it. If you don't have nothing positive or helpful that'll better the community or anything to say, scroll past it.
Say something impactful. If you feel the need to say something impactful that is not disparaging. Y'all go into these comment sections to be everything that you're not in person, because somebody gonna bust you in your goddamn mouth. Y'all do that shit in the comment sections all day, every day. But you will not say these things, and you cannot say these things in person.
No, we'll never.
Never.
The
I don't even go in the comment sections no more.
It's so hard too. I can't join no groups, especially on Facebook, because y'all will get into a debate about the most stupidest things and then get real live disrespectful. I even have to tell my mom, like, I need you to stop, because I know that you like to comment and people like to try her because she's so nice and she's so sweet. And she'll say something and she'll tell me or my sister that. And for me, that is my mom. Like, I will go to bat for my mom. You're not going to disrespect her. You're not going to talk crazy to her. Like, I'm going to find out where you work and this, that, and the third. I'm going to scan all of this shit. I'm going to send you a message. And, like, I'm going to show you who the real bully is. You're not going to do that. So I just have to tell her, even, like, just stay out. Don't block people who get too crazy in their reply and they get disrespectful. Just block them, because listen, y'all are outrageous. Y'all gonna let this internet catch you a fade for real. Everybody's not playing, and you can't say certain shit to everybody, because how the universe works, because I've seen it happen. Somebody say something to somebody on the internet, this, that, and the third. All of a sudden now, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, you just so happen to run into that person, and it's up. Why? Because you let the internet put a battery in your back and say some wild shit when you not necessarily would have ever said that to the person in their face.
Because you want to be a keyboard gangster. Shout out to Del Dada.
Nah, y'all gotta chill. Y'all really gotta chill. Just be mindful of what you type.
Yeah,
that's really what I wanted to talk about on Real Talk for this week.
Well, I'm glad that you got that off your chest, because those are all excellent points. The internet will get people into trouble. Real trouble.
Fast in a hurry.
Yeah, it's one thing to be a keyboard gangster. It's another thing when you gotta be that real live gangster and you ain't got it.
Okay.
Alrighty, so we thank y'all again for joining us this week here on WRTR Real Talk Radio. I pretty much got nothing. I'm telling you, since I don't go on certain platforms anymore, I don't get that level of frustration. Like the comments and the bullshit, I don't see it. I don't engage with it. Even the first time that I see it, like if I see too many stupid comments, I immediately just click off the post and just keep going. Because
Yeah.
there is so much negativity. Your president makes a goddamn headline every hour on the hour. So I really have not even been tapped in to what the niggas are saying.
Right.
So it just is what it is. Anyways, so got anything before we get out of here?
No, other than I challenge people to do one kind thing for somebody else this week. Not thinking about it too hard. Just, even if it's somebody begging for change outside of 7-Eleven, because y'all know y'all motherfuckers be doing that a lot, especially out here in the DMV.
Yeah.
Even if it's giving somebody $1 or giving somebody a compliment or just saying hello or smiling at somebody. Do one kind thing.
Bring empathy back.
And see how good you feel for the rest of the week. Because what you put out is you'll get back tenfold.
Okay, and I'll say this as closing thoughts. Again, martial law, niggas. I know he is pushing every button he can with us.
Mm-hmm.
He talking about releasing Derek Chauvin. They out here, doing everything but calling you nigga to your face.
Mm-hmm.
And even when they do not let this man drive us into a situation we cannot get him out of.
Mm-hmm.
And ourselves. But I'm saying him, get him out of that situation. Be smart, people. Be smart. Think. I'll holler at y'all next week.
Bye.
WRTR Real Talk Radio.
This week's show features work from TikTok creators Ashley the Baroness, Brandy Helenas, Who is King Triv, PB Max 2000, J.I. Songwriter, Bella_Vandala, and Boss Up Get It Now, always using our platform and reach to amplify your voices.